Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about two people that have a slightly different story, or maybe even a drastically different story as to what happened. And I think we've got somebody taking advantage of reputation, saying everybody's used to this person being a liar, so I'm going to do something, lie about it, and then say, of course, it's the other person that's lying, not me. But this King of Wands is being honest. And the King of Swords, or King of Lightning in the reverse, is the real problem. So, yes, I think we have somebody shifting blame. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Happy Friday. How's it going, Key Controller? Hello, Bitchy Tata. What's happening? If you'd like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And that's in the description box below the video. And right below the email address, you will find how to join my memberships. There's 3 different tiers. Shout out to the stars and the towers tiers of my memberships. I think I might have a plan in terms of how to combat the issues I've had with actually being able to go live for your members only live stream. So I will be posting something probably in like an hour or so. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. I almost said Rainbow Controller. Hello, James. Hello, Michael. How we doing? All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with the mystical cat and see what is being lied about. What else do we have? Wow. Interesting. I told you. So we have the Fire King, right? Yeah. Which is the King of Wands, same as the King of Candles, right? So I've only pulled 4 cards total from 2 separate decks, and I've gotten the King of Wands in both situations. But what I love is we have immediate confirmation. This King of Wands is innocent, even though people want to make them look like they are guilty, or they are assuming that they are. We have the Demon Cat in the reverse, which means they're innocent. They did not do the thing that everybody expects that they did. Hello, Patrick. Happy Friday. You should try. Why not? All right. So hold on. It's just like a little bit too dark here. Almost. Okay. It's better. So we've got the 6 of Fire. Ooh, 6 of Wands. Earth King. King of Pentacles. So we've got somebody who has a sense of confidence, stability. They've made some good money, or they have a really nice domestic situation, family life. I think it's about money because we got 10 of Earth and the 3 of Earth, along with the Earth King. So this feels to me like the person who's trying to find out the truth. This could be you. You could be any of the individuals in this story. But as of right now, what we have is the King of Swords in the reverse, a liar. The King of Wands, the innocent but accused. And the King of Earth, the person who probably is like missing something or wondering where like their money went. Not believing someone. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Hey, Deborah, how are you doing? Eight of Fire in the reverse, or the 8 of Wands in the reverse, and the 7 of Sky. I'm telling you, yeah, we've got somebody who's lying about who lied because they are covering their own bum, right? So I'm really tempted to say F what you said or F what you hear. Like, the internet lies. We've got a confidence in believing the guilt of somebody because we expect there's like a repeated pattern, or because, I don't know, maybe they're younger. But this King of Swords in the reverse is pretty confident that they can accuse someone else and get away with whatever it is that they've accused this other person of doing. I feel like they stole something. Because now we have the Earth Queen, or the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying the King of Pentacles. This feels like a betrayal. So it's like, I'm a close friend or I'm a family member. I took something from your place, but I don't want you to, actually like get it back or like accuse me. So I'm going to, sorry, I'm trying to remember why. Hello, Aqua Beauty. I know I told you to say that. Okay. We've got somebody here who feels like they can take something and not be looked at as an actual suspect because of the proximity they have to the Earth King or the King of Pentacles. Oh, I would never do that. That's my brother. That's my best friend. That's my partner. We started this business together. But somebody did, in fact, steal something, and they feel like they have the perfect scapegoat. Like, oh no, it's totally that person over there. Duh. We all expected that person to steal. So a little bit of like prejudice, or there's actual like history of this person lying in the past. Oh yeah. That's right. Okay, hold on. Yay! Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Hello. Did I miss anybody? I think I've got everyone. This is the signs of the times. Ooh, power lines. Energy. Number 36 and number 2, flamingo fun. It's like we have somebody who's serious, somebody who is, I do think this King of Swords in reverse has some anger issues, but they're seen as more like dedicated, maybe more educated. Maybe they've had some measure of success of their own. And then this King of Wands is kind of like, it's like prodigal son energy, or Brad Pitt's character in Legends of the Fall. It's like, we can't really figure out why everyone likes you, but you're you. A little bit of selfish energy. I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing. It's not going to be what you ask of me or what you expect of me. So people expect this King of Wands to be the guilty one. Really? Really? I don't want to say that. Oh no. Okay, so this is super immature, but what I'm being shown is there's this joke that I used to maybe enjoy quite a lot. He who smelt it dealt it, and it's I hope you're laughing right now because it's awful, but this is what it's saying. Somebody who discovered the missing jewelry or discovered that money is missing. Maybe it's even like an accountant. They're the problem, not whoever they're accusing. But they felt like they could change some sort of username or change some access, or maybe even cause some faultiness within a recording system like a video camera, right? They feel like they can adjust the details just enough to make it seem like it was somebody else, but I don't know if they're going to be successful. Yes. So whoever sounded the alarm was actually the person that did the crime. Ooh. This person's not going to confess, even though they're nervous. And I do feel like there's greed. The King of Swords in the reverse has had proximity to a very wealthy lifestyle because they're close to, work for, or friends with this King of Pentacles, and they saw something that they wanted. They felt maybe frustrated with their friendship or their connection to the King of Pentacles, and it was like, you know what? I'm just going to take this, and I'm not going to let anybody know. They are not interested in confessing. TikTok, deadline, time running out. I will say for some of you, this King of Pentacles has a connection to the application TikTok. I don't normally pick that up on this card, but it could be somebody who makes their money on TikTok. Waves and journal. There's documentation that does prove that the King of Wands is being honest and the King of Swords is lying. So I do feel like it's only a matter of time, right? With TikTok, it's only a matter of time before this detail comes out, and then this King of Swords in the reverse will be exposed as a liar. Oh my gosh. Hello, Joanna. Oh, I've missed you. I think about you. I should send you more messages. Girl, how you doing? Have a kitty. Hello, Bradley. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. All right, let's get the Pulp Tarot and see what else we've got. Yep, there you go. What else do we have? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Wands. And the Five of Wands. There's been some falling out or some suspicion of the King of Wands. I'm going to say it like this. I think there's some perception that this person is promiscuous, or that this person is hedonistic. But they didn't take this. There is some sort of rivalry or competition between the King of Wands and the King of Swords in the reverse. Sorry, somebody decided their lawn needed a haircut today, so it might get a little loud. Yes, I'm going to send you a message. Hello, Steven. So Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got somebody who spent too much on something, or more money was taken than it should have. So like if this were an issue in terms of I hired someone to do a project at my house, I would have paid them to do the thing, and then they didn't do the thing and they just dipped, they took my money, right? But this King of Swords in the reverse, it's not like they're a plumber. It's not like they're here to, you know, tile the floor. I feel it's a closer relationship than that, because their assumption is I won't even be considered as a suspect because I'm too close. Like this King of Pentacles has known me for too long. They feel like I'm, you know, a close friend, even though I do feel like there's some sort of business relationship here. But it's like I'm sick of being less successful than you. I do a lot of hard work. I should have more than what I have. Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. I think something was taken from a house. You trust me, so you let me have access to your house, and then I take something, but I blame it on someone who was also there. Someone else that had access. And now that person who's been accused, the King of Wands, is a little bit uncomfortable because it's a little difficult to prove that they really didn't do this thing. Hey, Corey, how's it going? Ooh, that's rough. Hello, Stargate. How's your day going? Ace of Cups, Two of Wands in the reverse. Strength. Yeah, this is theft from a friend. There's really no other way to look at it. I mean, look, we could say that there's somebody here who is maybe married, right? And taking from their partner. But I really feel like this is more of a friendship thing. And I can just be like, no, it was that person. Right? Oh, I forgot. I recently added the true crime oracle cards. So we'll see if the word theft, I don't actually know all of the words that are in this deck yet. So it'll be a surprise. Hey, Co-Create, how are you doing? So we have organized crime and wooded area. Organized crime. So they're working together. They're criming together. Won't you crime with me tonight? Oh, I was not ready for this, you guys. Take it back. I'm not even sure if I can show this. Can I show this? I think I can. Okay, so we did have the marriage/wedding card come out yesterday, the first time I used these cards. Is this a problem that happens at a wedding? It's like the wedding is the distraction. I don't like this card. I'm gonna show you really quickly, but it's somebody who has a rope around. I think things got violent. There's an argument. I knew it. We've got greed. I feel like this King of Swords in the reverse wants more than was agreed to or feels entitled to something that's not really theirs. What? Okay, so now apparently we have somebody who's pretending to be gone, but they are not. This is wild because I just watched Gone Girl for the first time. I'm gonna need like 7 showers after this reading, you guys. We've got cult, organized crime, greed, faked death, wooded area, and marriage and wedding. Look, part of the problem here is that we've got people mixed up in a couple of different issues. What I mean to say by that is I don't get that this is a real friendly group of people. We haven't had, a lot of awful cards coming out, but I guess what I'm saying is part of the issue in terms of figuring out who did what is that you have a lot of people that you can't really trust in a small area. So it's like if I were to throw a 4th of July party, bring all my closest friends, something goes missing, and I literally suspect all of them. What is this, Clue? This is some acquaintances that don't really have a lot of respect for each other or are always trying to like one up each other. World in the reverse and the Lovers in the reverse. With the 8 of Cups, I think we have someone walking away, leaving a situation, pretending that things got really bad. because that's the only way they feel they can leave. This could be somebody who's leaving the cult. This could be somebody who's leaving organized crime. It does not have to be that these are both involved here, but we have a group that is no longer like a good place for someone to be. And we have somebody who's been real greedy. So I don't see how I could have a better situation here because there's too much greed, there's too much chaos, there's too much instability. So how do I get away from this situation and create, a new chapter for myself? Wow. This is pretty extreme. I see a reference to Romeo and Juliet, where I hope this is not a spoiler for anyone. Juliet misreads the situation, thinks that somebody's passed away. Well, Romeo. Oh my. Oh my. This is a lot of bad intentions, all because of money. We could have somebody who is concerned about a will. Brings out the worst in people. So I do feel like the question of somebody's money is a real, hot topic for this crowd. 4 of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Swords. We have somebody that wants to see what happens if people feel that everything has changed. This is very manipulative. I think we've got a lot of people doing some interesting things. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Yes, I would agree, Deborah. Holy buckets. Yeah, this is a lot of secrets, a lot of people trying to put forth some sort of storyline, but it's not the truth. And it all boils down to money. I think we have a number of bad actors, and it's because I want to be more powerful. I want to have more money. Hermit in the reverse, but it's like they're overly confident that they'll be able to come out victorious or get what they want. They're moving too fast. So I'm sure it has nothing to do with the image on this card, but what I'm seeing is somebody who's on roller skates thinking they're fine, and then they hit a hill. This chariot has some hills. And it's like, oh, now I've lost control. Things have sped up. So these lies are no longer, a walk in the park. Now I really have to figure out my story. Because it's like there's more people asking, there's more people talking. Oh my goodness. All right, this is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Savi. Hello, Jim. How are you doing? Ooh. Yeah. Thank you, Joanna. Oh, Jim, is it possibly the woman who she did a charity, I think it was Save the Foxes? Check that out. I think that might be what you're talking about, Jim. Hey, Voyager, how are you doing? All right, so we have Flo and time. Wow. This is so oddly aligned with the Gone Girl storyline. It's a little bit uncomfortable. This is somebody who knows that they can expose a liar if they disappear for a little bit. If they have some sort of evidence that points to foul play, they'll see how people react. It's almost like I want to see how to set up my inheritance by doing a test run. Let's see how you handle it. Let's see who really like shows their true colors. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Hello, Michael. How's it going? So we have visionary and apprentice. Confidence, self-assured, passionate, self-worth, and vivacious. Higher education, knowledge, beliefs, and wisdom. This King of Wands is like, I didn't do anything. This would be like, if this were Gone Girl, this would be the Ben Affleck character. Wow. All right, this is definitely a reading that calls for the Kipper. So let's see what else we've got. What else do we have? Yeah, there's missing money, sudden wealth in the reverse, and coffin in the reverse. Yo, this is somebody faking their death, hands down. Or lying about it. I think it's faking. But this is all because of money. Let's see how people act. You've got the main female in the reverse. Let's see how money shows their true colors. Let's see if they feel like they don't get the property or they don't get the money they wanted. How are they going to respond? This is like a Twilight Zone episode. All right, let's see if the Path of Shadows can expose a little bit more about the characteristics here. But yeah, I think we have a very wealthy person who's not really passed away. People pleasing. I wonder how much of myself I've lost in others. The pieces that remain, no one can notice. This is the King of Swords in the reverse. Ooh, this is my favorite. For those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that whenever this card comes out, I have to say it in my snob voice, which is perfect for this reading because we clearly have a very wealthy person. The Starry Observatory. Yes, yes. A little piece in a cosmic puzzle. Universe only reveals its secret if you dare to dance in the starry dazzle. I really feel like we've got people jumping through hoops or going through some sort of like plot game. And then after that, the King of Pentacles is going to be like, okay, you can inherit this, you can inherit that, and you get nothing because you suck. I think we've got somebody getting a little bit nervous. This King of Swords in the reverse was sitting pretty, and now they're being exposed for some lie. And I think they're going to end up getting a lot less money than they thought. What else? Grim Reaper. Whew. In the realm of twilight, where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's sigh guides souls to the verge. It's interesting because this card came out in the reverse. We have somebody who was not going to admit what they did, no matter what. Maybe the only thing that would get this person to admit the truth is if they thought this King of Pentacles was past. If I don't think that you can punish me anymore, or if I feel like, okay, cool, now I've got my inheritance, everything's fine. Now I can be honest about what I did. This person was like, "Bet, I'm going to put you in that situation. I'm going to get you to admit what you really did." Because it literally says the word verge, and so does this. Fallen angel. Was it even real, the paradise I fell from? Or are they just a nightmare, the realms I now roam? This is exposing the King of Swords in the reverse. Potentially a romantic partner, could be a spouse, right? Because we did have the marriage or wedding card. But we could also be talking about like a business partner or somebody that's been a close confidant. But this is geared towards seeing somebody's true colors if they think somebody has passed away. All right, let's get a few from the What's the News deck. What is the news? This is wild. So, what are you going to do this weekend? Oh, nothing. Just fake my own death. No big deal. It's going to be fun, though. You should check it out on TikTok. Wild. Oh, my God. I was just going to say that's so extra. Look at that's probably a very appropriate card, even though it is a little bit freaky. Remember, we also had the clown card come out earlier. So that could be a reference to the fact that the lovely Joanna loves to say, whole ass clown. But it could also be because somebody is looking rather silly because they went through a lot of effort to make it seem like they were reliable or a good friend, a good partner. And this King of Pentacles has just laid it out and been like, oh, so this is what's really going on then. Because there was a little confusion here. Who took this? Who did that? Who was unfair? Who's greedy? All right, we'll figure it out. We'll have this little charade and figure it out. Ooh, this is pitting the romantic interest against the like Brad Pitt character, the black sheep. The person who goes against expectations, the King of Wands, innocent. The King of Swords in the reverse, somebody who has official status. So it does not need to be romantic, but this could be, your... It was heard, who does number 2 work for? Somebody who should be trustworthy, right? But they ain't. Nope. And this King of Pentacles is finding that out. And I feel like there's going to be like a change to somebody's last will and testament. Because we've got someone doing research, trying to make sure that they really know who they're dealing with. Even if they've had this emotional connection with someone, I need to know the truth. What are you like? Do you love me for me? Are you like a trustworthy partner? Or are you really just trying to find a way to get your paws on my pentacles? Get your paws off my pentacles right now. We'll go get me the snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. I feel like this is more about the King of Wands. We have guilt being assigned or ascribed to this King of Wands because they're hot. Does that get old for you? You guys, I'm just attractive. I can't help it. It doesn't mean that I did everything. Come on. I think we need this could be a regrettable choice. The character oracle is not one to mince words. Gonna call someone out on their ish. I can feel it. That sounds like a good idea. Hey Laura, how's it going? All right, what else do we have? Genius. I'm sorry, I can't look at this card without thinking about the dude from Grandma's Boy. What was his name? How do they see me? Can't remember his name. Bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect. Hold on, let me try that again in my
Extraordinary observatory.
voice.
Extraordinary intellect.
All right, moving on. Innovative mind, exceptional ability. Somebody's a smarty pants. I feel like this is the King of Swords. And then we have the animal shaman. Animal spirits, spiritual leader, nature. This is our King of Swords. Sorry, King of Wands. So genius correlates to the King of Swords. Animal shaman is our King of Wands. Very different energies, very different approaches, and a very different connection that they shared with this King of Pentacles. I do feel like they, in some way, it's like you're part of my team, you're part of my entourage, you're part of my crew. Because we've got this Knight card, which makes me feel like we have somebody who's like defending, right? Keeper of honor, armor, battle, and loyalty. So both of these individuals claimed to be loyal to the King of Pentacles, but only the King of Wands actually was, even though everybody would have put money on the fact that the King of Wands was not. Blacksmith, forge, melting, shaping, tempering. Yeah. Assuming the worst of this King of Wands ends when the evidence is encountered or discovered and makes it clear that all along it was the King of Swords in the reverse. That was the person that was the problem. Let's see. We're gonna go with the Golden Girls because we need some bright colors on this table. Plus, I'm pretty sure the Golden Girls were probably organized crime, don't you think? They're like selling some substances down in Miami. All right, what else do we have? Three of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse. Oh, so we got one person being freed. Just kidding. We know it's not you. And Three of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse is like, see, this is why we did this test. So we can figure out that you are not reliable and you're not who you say you are. Nine of Wands in the reverse. A change in strategy regarding security and who is in the inner circle. Why? Because with the moon, we had somebody that was being secretive, somebody who didn't want to be honest about their intentions. And with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, they took advantage of their situation or their position and did something that they shouldn't have. It was greedy. Star in the reverse. I do feel very strongly that this King of Swords in the reverse is jealous of the standing or the status of this King of Pentacles. Seven of Cups in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. But there was an intentional like leaving behind of something or saying something to make it seem like this King of Wands was the problem. Well, that don't matter because we have somebody smart on the case. We have an investigator. We have somebody that was looking at the facts, the details, and figured out that, oh, no, it was the King of Swords in the reverse that's the problem. Hello, how's it going, Matt? Hello, Nathaniel. How are you today? Queen of Wands. I feel like there's a surprise, like new person on the scene, new kid on the block, like checking things out and figuring out who the problem or the spy or the thief is. And that leads to a change. From what I'm seeing, this is a change in terms of last will and testament. This Wheel of Fortune, this is saying, okay, well, now that I know I can't trust you, you get nothing. Nothing. All right. We'll end with the Love Oracle. You might see something referencing jealousy. Return. Someone came back around and did something that they didn't have the cojones to do the first time around. But it's because it's like if somebody had tried it the first time, they would have gotten away with it. But because they needed to like muster up the courage and try it a second time, they're getting caught. Sorry, we know what you did. Commitment, hopelessness. So regardless of whether this was a romantic commitment or not, we had somebody that had made a promise or had an obligation. And now that King of Swords in the reverse has made it clear they were never going to do right by that commitment. They were really just there for themselves, trying to find a way to get money or fame or power. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. Beginnings, try again. New direction, start over, and infatuation, adoration, addiction. For some of you, this is somebody who is trying to run off with the boss's wife, okay? Or boss's husband. I don't know, guys. This is someone who felt like they can swoop in and steal because they are greedy. That could be, I'm going to seduce somebody, but it's not that for everyone. What I can tell you is that there's someone who leveraged emotional energy in a false or like pretending way. And now that the truth is coming out, that like supportive, loving energy around them is disappearing and they're feeling like they need to be really careful or like there could be some serious consequences because of the charade that they put forth. Breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed, chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. Yeah, I do think there's something here about loyalty that goes beyond money or business. We could have somebody who has a crush on, what was Tony Montana's wife's name? It's right there. I mean, it's Michelle Pfeiffer, right? But like, what's her actual name? Hello, Danny. How are you doing? But this is kind of looking like somebody just wanted to take this King of Pentacles life. Like, boot you out and I'll take everything that's yours because that's what I think I should have. And this King of Pentacles has figured it out very cleverly. And now they're not going to tolerate this King of Swords in their life anymore. Elvira, how could I forget that? You're so right. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes and the subscribes. And thank you for the members that added today. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.